Hey everybody, how's it going? So today's question is, what's stressing you out? Now, we're the FitHealth Pros. I'm Dr. Kevin.
I'm Coach Sean.
And so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about stress. Now there's three main stressors. There's emotional stress, chemical stress, and physical stress. And today's going to be on the emotional side.
Yeah.
And we're going to focus on stressors. And this is important that diminish our effectiveness, our efficiency, our energy, our mood, how we focus, and many other factors. This is a 1-minute fix. So Coach Sean has utilized these techniques with his clients
For years.
and we're going to say it's guaranteed because every client, and these clients come in and they're looking for health, wellness, they're looking to change their lives. They may have disabilities and they haven't been able to do this on their own. And usually it comes down to some sort of stressor in their life.
Yeah.
And
They'll try to take over their lives a little bit.
absolutely. So this 1-minute fix has really worked for almost all the clients. So we're going to say the 1-minute fix guaranteed. Now we're going to hold that, get a little teaser
Yeah.
till the end.
Keep the regimen till the
Yeah.
end.
So let's go in and start with some other stress information.
Okay. So we're going to jump right into just how many different sources of stress are in our lives day to day. Okay. So we're going to start with work. Your boss, co-workers, work itself, deadlines, office politics. You got your family stress with your kids, your parents, different types of controls of your parents over you back and forth, or yours with your kids. Aging, we're starting to deal with that a little bit more now with our own parents. As they start to age, there's a stress involved in that. Friends, you got your social pressure, you got your pressure within the relationship itself. Some friends love a little tug of war, and that can be stressful. Spousal pressure and strains, and we're just going to leave it at that.
Why'd you laugh at that?
We're just going to leave it at that. That's just common, so common. Bills, are you on top of them? Are you late? This and that. A lot of stress with bills. Education, whether it be the funding thereof, the timeline, how long it's going to take you to get that degree or get those certifications, and possible pivoting, where you began with something and you're a few years into it, and then you decide, I really don't want to do this.
Right. Kids' education too.
Kids' education as well, saving for college. So much stress kind of revolving around education. Focus and energy itself. You just can't get your focus straight, or you just don't have the energy to jump into what you need to do. Sometimes I feel like I need a couple-hour block in order to write up some of these videos. And if I don't have it, you just got to push through that, and that can be stressful. Traffic. Now here's one, because I lived in LA for 18 years, and by the time I left there, I was completely stressed out. It got really, really bad when every day that you're going out, I was going to people's homes from downtown all the way to Malibu, down to Venice. And if you know LA, that's a lot of driving, and you're dealing with people cutting you off all the time. Just being miserable on the road in bumper-to-bumper traffic is about the apex of stress that I've dealt with in my own life. Politics, local, national, worldview. That's a daily stress right there, because you're always getting it thrown at you from different people that you're dealing with, the media, etc. It's very stressful. Yeah. Taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes, of course, that's going to be one of the biggest stressors in many of our lives. Even if you are really good about inputting your tax data every week, that can be stressful if you miss a week. And if you wait until the end of the year to do it, then you're just a major stress ball that your family doesn't want to be around. But that's another story. Not that I know anything about that. Health. Stress with your health. If you have basic little maladies that are just kind of nagging at you a little bit, or injuries that are putting you out and taking you out of your day-to-day, what you're used to being able to do, that can be really stressful. And then, of course, disease. My own family's going through something right now with one of our members. That's very stressful for the person that's going through it, and it's very stressful on the family too. And there's only so much you can do, and you just pray and hope that the doctors are the best they can be in that moment for the person in your family. Time constraints and scheduling are another one, where it's just like there's only so many hours in the day, and if you are not efficient at your scheduling, man, can that stress you out.
Right. So as you can see, there's a lot of stressors, and until we wrote those down, you're not thinking about it all the time until it happens, but you can see that just on a daily basis, you can have 1 or 10 things going on, and we wonder why we're stressed, right?
Right.
So there's some other ways before we get to the 1-minute fix that I work
teasing again.
Yeah. So my patients will come to me, or emails through our social media. We know of other ways to help people with stress as well. So
Sure.
here's some other ways to release stress as well. Number 1, we're going to start with reducing caffeine. I think caffeine's a big one in America, especially, well, probably around the world. But having that, whether it's an energy fix, morning, afternoon, mid-morning, nighttime,
Getting through to the end of the workday.
we can hit the drive-through. Kind of analyze how many caffeinated drinks or types of caffeine you're having through the day. Let's reduce that a little bit. A cup of coffee, a cup of green tea, regular tea, that's okay. But let's try not to implement those extra things, because it does not just affect your stress and anxiety level, but it affects your overall health as well. Another great one is meditation. And meditation's gotten to the point where it's really more mainstream, more common. It's easier to tap into a meditative process through apps, or there's television applications too that you can subscribe to, and you can get it on your phone, your laptop, your TV. Search that out online. Do a Google search, different types of meditation that what resonates with you.
You can get specific too.
Right.
When you know what your stress is, you can pop in meditation for money stress,
Wow.
meditation for kids, meditation for dealing with kids.
Right.
I mean, there's tons of it out there for you.
Cool. So yeah, definitely do that. Now, pets. Here's a way to reduce stress. We all know, we've heard it in studies. People that have dogs and cats and lizards and fish, their
Blood pressure goes
down. They're known to be more happy. If you have a pet, you're definitely in that camp. So that can definitely relieve your stress. Another one is going to be scheduling. So don't overschedule yourself. A lot of people are people pleasers.
Yes.
And so they say yes to everything. Give it to me.
Know how to say no.
Know how to say no and manage that schedule. Part of that, this is a new one that I started implementing, is some point the day before, make sure that you're scheduling your next day. So you're not hitting the next day and bouncing all over like a pinball and being affected by your emotions. So it's like, oh, I got to do this. So, oh, I got to eat now. And, oh, that person just called me. Write that down.
Forgot to eat.
Yeah.
Because you're compressing everything
So
into your day.
put that into your day to schedule your next day. That's a great one.
Yep.
Be of service.
Another great one.
Do something of service for others, whether it's in your own family, outside with your church. There's different ways to do that. I think we in our hearts, we know how to do that, and we've wanted to. We just got to put that foot forward and be of service. Yeah. It rewards you back many, many times over as well. So don't look for the what's in it for me, because it'll come back to you.
Just let it be.
Yeah, just let it be. Music is a great one. Man, I'm a big music fan, and ever since I was a little kid, my parents have played music, taken me to live shows, and man, it is one of the best things I think as far as all the arts. I just
Love it.
love it, love it. So it could be something as simple as easy listening in the background, jazz, to heavy metal. Some people, man, they de-stress in
Some
different
people
ways.
are wired differently.
Yeah, and it could be your day too. It's like on a Tuesday, hit Metallica, but then on Sunday it's
A little Chopin with brunch.
Absolutely. So music, awesome. Journaling is great. The more you can get down, the better. It tells yourself the actual written word with a pen and pencil. Do not type it into a computer.
It's not the
This
same.
is important. Taking long walks is another one. So from a physical aspect, we know that walks can do a lot for the mind and the spirit. So get out there for an hour. If you have a chance to be in nature, that's what we want. Connect with friends. With the coronavirus going on for the last year, it's given us an excuse to be introverted.
Sure.
And I think that our souls are missing that connection with people, and we know it. Social media can go so far, I think. So in person or a phone call, I think hearing people's voices is really it's impactful.
What I found with social media, especially over this last year, is you feel like you connect just enough with the people because, I know what's going on in their life.
Yeah,
But there's no touch.
right.
There's no social interaction, really. There's no touch.
Yeah,
So we want to get back to that sense of touch.
right. Yeah, and that just kind of stirred a thought in my mind. Utilize your senses. So think about that. It's like that sense of touch, that auditory if you're on the phone with them, the visual. That's why everyone's trying to do the Zoom meetings. It's a little better, right? What else? Well, lessening technology. That's one. I'm not going to stand on a
Taking that social media down a little bit right
I'm
there.
not, I don't think either one of us will stand on a soapbox and say, don't do it. Utilize it for some of these things that we're talking about, but, take note of how much your neck is going to the side when it pings or vibrates. And,
Is it automatic or can you let it go?
yeah,
a little bit?
are you causing yourself an unforced error, as they say in the sporting world, right? don't intentionally bring more stuff upon you if you can easily get rid of that. Exercising, stretching, yoga, Tai Chi is a great one. It's always been a goal of mine to learn Tai Chi. Attack projects as they come along. Don't procrastinate. Just take it in. Multitasking is one of these things that has been like a big buzzword. Oh, if you can multitask, that's going to be great. I encourage people not to multitask. Take the easiest thing, get it out of the way, hit the next thing. Plan.
Be efficient versus
So-
scattered.
Yeah, another one that I just learned, and if I say it, hopefully I'm saying it right, is over plan, but go with the flow. Right? That's a good one. So these are other ways that we can release and reduce stress. Here we go. We're going to talk about the 1 minute fix. Coach Sean's going to go into it.
There we go.
I encourage, like I said, get out a piece of paper, get your journal out, write this down, and you will have a more impactful session here. I'm also going to, we'll take a picture of the board and it will be posted in the description so you can get it there, but I encourage you to write it down.
Yep.
Here we go.
Kind of get in your body a little bit. So here it is. This is the 1 minute fix that I've used with my clients for years and years and years. It's always effective. Sometimes people forget, and then I bring them back in. I was like, "Well, did you do the fix?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, let me get back to that." So as soon as they get back to it,
Oh man.
they're able to diminish their stress. So we're looking to how to manage emotional stress. Okay, so the first thing you're going to have to do, we're going to give you 4 basic things to focus on. We're keeping it very simple. The more simple we can keep a regimen, the more we can stick with it. So at the beginning, this may be a 5 or 10 minute fix because you have to really think about each of these 4 parts. But as it gets into your body, as it becomes a normal part of your process and processing stress out, you can get this done in 1 minute. So first thing we're going to do, first part, is define your stress. So this can sometimes be daunting because, as I said earlier, with how many different sources of stress there are in our lives, where do I start? It's like, I don't know where to start. Okay, well, you're going to look at, if you need to go back, rewind a little bit and get that list of things and see what is the biggest stressor right here, right now. You're focused in this moment now. Whenever you're doing this fix, you're focused on right here, right now. Then you can possibly do your top 3 so you can just start knocking these out. So you're looking to address this specific stress and diminish it. As simple as that. Define your stress. Most important, number 1. Number 2, accept your part in this stress. Now, what do I do to exacerbate this stress? What is my attitude? What attitude am I taking to the person coming at me who caused me undue stress maybe multiple times? Well, when you see them coming, you may be like, here it goes again. All right, well, that attitude, that energy that you're putting out is already exacerbating the stress that could possibly be coming at you. So try to focus on that attitude, accept that you're doing this so that you can take that down a little bit. Also, in terms of energy, are you trying to ignore the stress? Just because you're ignoring a stressor doesn't mean that it's going away. So in order to diminish a stress, you got to take it on. You got to know it's there and then be able to diminish it. Combativeness. Are you already, and that goes with that person coming at you as well. Are you already puffed up? Do you already have your shield on before that person comes to you? Do you have a sense of combativeness before this stressor or person that is bringing the stress is coming to you? Know that so that you can take that shield down. Because 9 times out of 10, well, we'll say some people cause a lot of stress, so that could be 6 times out of 10 they come, they're just handing you a piece of paper and moving along. Okay, we build things up that are unnecessary and undue in this process. Communication. Are you communicating your points well in order to flow a little bit more freely within your day? Are you listening? Biggest part of communication? Listening. Actually listening. And listening to hear what they're saying, not listening to prepare what you're going to say back to them. Okay, that's key. You're not building up what you're going to say. You are actually listening to what they have to say. That can take a lot of stress down and a lot of miscommunication away. We're on to part 3. So we've already defined your stress. We've accepted your part in the stress. Third part is change your mind about that stress. Now, I had an acting teacher one time who taught me about kaleidoscopic thinking, and it blew my mind. It's like you're taking what is in front of you, what you built up to be a negative, and shifting that kaleidoscope just a little bit, shifting that part of your life just a little bit to be able to change your attitude about it and to see it in a different way. Choose to see that stress in a different way. How can you shift your thinking to change how you perceive the stress and how it affects you? Basically what you're saying is, I will not give this stressor power over me. I am releasing all bits of power that stress had over me and how it affects me in this moment. Again, right here, right now. And then from there, once you have shifted the way that you think about that stress, breathe and release. Again, it's very simple. Mind's very powerful. It's going to follow your directions on how to address these stressors or this specific stress. So you are breathing into this new decision so it can refocus you in this new direction, and you're releasing the old effect at the same time. So you've defined your stress. You've accepted your part in the stress. You've changed your mind about the stress. You've chosen to change your mind about the stress. I'm ready to go. That can be all done in 1 minute once that gets into your body. Okay, so that is the regimen. So the key here is we have more power than we give ourselves credit for over our stress. We oftentimes stew in it. We allow it to build up around us. We kind of wear this stress as a badge of courage. You know, we create this list of just how horrible my day was or how stressful my day was so that you can come home and tell your significant other just how hard life is, you know, either at the office or out and about. We don't have to glorify it. We don't have to create that list. It takes energy to create that list. You know what you can be doing with the energy instead? We can be using that energy to diminish the stress instead as it comes in, instead of building it up into something that it is not.
Wow. I hope you guys can see and feel this through the camera. I'm standing right next to Sean, and
Kind of vibrating.
yeah, the energy that
I'm
he
passionate
exudes,
about this.
the passion. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was going to say is, you know, you can see the passion, and he took the time to figure this out to help the clients. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to come up with this just to put it out on YouTube. And this was tactile to his clients, and it works. So we appreciate that. If you guys got something from it, definitely like this video, share this video.
Be of service.
Yeah,
That's the part of
there's
being
the
of
be of
service.
You
Please
can
share this with others.
Yeah, definitely. If you like our channel, subscribe to it. But I think the most important is going to be share this with others. And you know, this is what we want to do, is give you videos like this. So hope you got a lot from it. I'm Dr. Kevin.
I'm Coach Sean.
And we're the Fit Health Pros. And thank you for watching.
Thanks. Hope you got a lot out of it.
That's a one take, folks.